Hello, Michael Bull here from the Commercial Real Estate Show. We're in Boston at DisruptCRE, where technology, capital, and commercial real estate meet. We just had a great panel. We're going to do an overtime from this panel and talk about what they've just spoke about on the stage, but share the top takeaways from that session. And first, if each of you could tell the audience who you are, and I want to know your favorite social media.
Ellie Feingold. I am the Senior Vice President of Global Innovation for CBRE. It's really hard for me to pick because I do Twitter all day at work and Facebook all night at home.
Okay, so two.
Alex Newman. I'm the VP of Sales at Pivot Desk, and I'd have to go with LinkedIn. I'm pretty much on it every single day.
Yeah, I'm Matt Jaffoon. I'm Director of Sales with View the Space, and I think I'm going to go with Instagram.
Instagram, nice.
I'm Brandon Weber. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Hightower, and it is a dead tie between Twitter and LinkedIn, to say.
Okay, and I'm Michael Bull with the Commercial Real Estate Show, and my favorite is Twitter. And I think it's fun for business, and it's fun for fun, like second screening and everything. It's just awesome. You're watching a sporting event, and all of a sudden the comments uncensored on Twitter are more fun than the game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's say that you're a Seahawks fan. It was a great time to be on Twitter last year. Terrible time to be a Seahawks fan in Dallas last week, though.
Slightly frustrating.
I'm glad you got out of there for that.
The Broncos just became America's team, so I guess it's all about Broncos, right?
Well, let's talk about the session you just had. Really, what is the biggest takeaway you think that each of you got from that session about technology and commercial real estate?
Well,
go ahead.
Yeah, for me it was Alex. Alex mentioned that he thought that flying cars are going to be a major factor, and that's one thing that we haven't been focused on at CBRE as much. But it's really interesting to see the different perspectives of people in different parts of the industry. So we have two guys here who are really focused on the transactional space. We have Alex focused on really enabling a different type of transaction and a different type of use case. So to me, I think it's that you have up and down the value chain of CBRE, there's disruption and change happening, and the ways in which those things interact is going to be almost as interesting as each of the things themselves.
Mm-hmm. I would say just the overall transparency of trying to make the current way of doing things even better. I think in general, the real estate world is kind of an offline relationship, who knows what, Excel-based, Outlook-based type industry. And now with all the new types of technology, things are being streamlined. There's new ways of collaboration. There's new ways of closing deals. There's ways to get things done faster with bigger deals, faster, more peace of mind. So in general, I think the biggest thing that I really took away was just everybody is ultimately just trying to make the industry better.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's like fascinating how many apps, companies, platforms, solutions that are out there that are coming and emerging from like every different angle in commercial real estate. So like Brandon and I are both ex-brokers, so we're kind of like felt the same pain points, so we're kind of working on similar things, but like your problem that you're solving is completely different, but they're all converging on like making this industry more efficient. And I think that's where I think I get the most excited. That was the biggest takeaway I got. And I think for Ellie, it's just like he's just constantly being fed all these like great ideas, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I'd say my biggest surprise is that we got Ellie to be on this panel. So the guy who runs innovation for the world's largest services firm in commercial real estate, that's kind of indicative of something that I find kind of exciting, which is the world's largest organizations in commercial real estate are taking notice and are not just asking what are we doing, but kind of how do they grapple with the fact that these technologies are upon them, mobility, big data, analytics. So it's pretty cool. I think another thing that I'm excited about is just seeing how kind of it's like what is resonating with all of us are similar themes. So it means we're kind of marching down the same path, mobility, data, user experience. That I think bodes well for like this wave of technology adoption actually to catch hold, because I think we've got the right value system in place. So
yeah, that's cool. Good. And I thought one of the takeaways I caught was the way technology companies and commercial real estate really get along, work well together, and come to these events, and you probably have a drink at the bar afterward here in Boston, right? You know?
Yeah, we gotta have a few
We're
beers.
hoping.
I have a couple.
You know, it's funny. I'll tell you. So I've been kind of at the center of some of this stuff for the last few years, and have had the opportunity, as I guess the with the big company behind us, dealing with a lot of these startups, to take a lot of these guys out to dinner, including Brandon and the founders of View the Space when they were just getting started. When they were both really just getting started. When View the Space was about to do its pivot, and Brandon was about to start Hightower. The congeniality and conviviality between all of the pirates at the table is a really great thing to behold. And so one of the things that I see as my role at CBRE is to try to foster that sense of collaboration and to keep it going as long as possible. It's an attitude that I think commercial real estate in particular is very familiar with, because there's not a commercial real estate broker in the business who hasn't done a deal with somebody from the other companies, from their competitors, and so collaboration and competition together is where you can really get the most stuff done.
Yeah, I agree. That's well said. Well, let's talk about one of the questions that you guys had on the panel, and that's how is technology changing professionals' behavior in commercial real estate, and is it?
Yeah, so what we talked a lot about was it is changing, and it's changing, I think, in a positive way. I think it's making the average, let's say broker in this case, more efficient. They're being mobile, they're being on the go, they have more information at their disposal, it's real time, they have more options, they are considered the absolute expert, and there's lots of different options that they have that they never had at their fingertips before. So whether it's the big leases, it's the subleases, what new spaces are coming on the market, whether it's a pivot desk opportunity, if it's some type of collaborative workspace, co-working space. So they have everything real time. They can pull it up on their mobile device, whether it's a Hightower or something, to show the spaces right there. It makes it really, really convenient and helps with giving a great customer experience.
I mean, that's a good point. I mean, the brokers typically aren't making as much money if they're sitting behind a desk, and it's nice to have these mobile tools to be able to be on the fly and being efficient and helping your client while you're moving around, right? What else did you guys?
I think specifically, like, coming from a brokerage career, like, the behavioral change has been like enormous since 2005. I mentioned, like, when I started as a broker, like, if I got an inquiry on space for one of my listings, I was a suburban broker, so I had to drive back into the city, get to my desk, attach a floor plan to an email, and then send it out into cyberspace to the guy that's repping the tenant, that hopefully they come on it. I make the tour list, and they come for a showing, so my client's happy. Now with a mobile app, I literally just click a piece of space and it's off, and you can track who's clicking on it, who's sharing the space. You can log that as a pipeline into your pipeline and tell your landlord everything that's going on with that lead. So it's just like the behavioral change is amazing. Like, I no longer have to be at my computer, like, pretty much never. I mean, it's just like, it's amazing.
And it really speeds up a transaction, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
deals. Times kills deals, no matter what industry you're in. But like, if you can keep documents moving along and being able to access quick, it's awesome.
Yeah, actually one of the key words at our company is velocity, and we think about leasing velocity, we think about software development velocity. There is so much unmined opportunity to increase the velocity of this industry, and it's by reducing friction, it's by allowing you to be kind of always on when you need to be on, through mobility, it's by creating tools that are just easier to use. And the other thing, I guess the corollary to that, is commercial real estate's an industry that has been in the past filled with what a lot of brokers will call brain damage. There's just an insane amount of work that feels like busy work, menial, rote, that if you eliminate that, you kind of increase the happiness of people doing their jobs because they're doing less of it, and you increase that velocity. So it's been fun to see that being kind of a win-win as we deploy.
I mean, that's excellent, because I was a broker. I guess I'm still a broker in my day job, and you really want to be with clients or talking to clients. You don't really want to be doing the paperwork, right?
Yeah.
So if you can make that easier, that's fantastic. Well, as a final question for this wrap up, what would you say to people in the industry that are maybe hesitant about technology?
Well, I mean, the first thing, and I will say this more as a messenger, as opposed, so don't kill the messenger, but it's just people are doing it now. So the leaders, the thought leaders on the ownership side, the agency side, the tenant rep side are adopting new technology and gaining real advantage. They're winning more business, they're winning pitches, they're effectively doing deals 10, 20, 30% more efficiently. So it's kind of like if you don't do it, you're that guy without the cell phone when cell phones got really popular. So it's kind of happening.
So I'm going to have to get a fax machine
I
now?
know. I mean, apparently the fax machines are out now.
Wait,
so, yeah,
cell phones,
you gotta watch
cell
out.
phones are popular?
Yeah, they're getting there.
Have you heard about this place, Starbucks?
They're getting there. It's the third place, man. It's so great.
He is a third.
Yeah, we literally have clients that will not hire a broker for a listing if they're not on BTS. So it's like if you can't read that writing on the wall that maybe I should get an iPhone and download our app, then it's like, what are you waiting for? You're just already passed by. So it's pretty amazing. The adoption, that rate that you get out of just pure like network effect in the market from people mandating the use of these types of technologies. That's a huge kind of wind in our sail.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, if someone's picking you maybe to market a property, and if they think Twitter is a great marketing tool and you're not there, or you're there and you're not active, then maybe that particular client thinks, well, maybe he's not that good at marketing, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to come at it from a little bit different angle because I've never actually been a broker. I know a tremendous amount commercial real estate, but
you
missed out, man.
So
it was
unfortunately didn't get to bite the bullet on the brokerage game. But coming at it from a business and a startup kind of angle, we're trying to make the commercial real estate and ultimately the real estate world more transparent. I think in general the industry or the brokerage industry sometimes has a negative connotation to it, that used car salesman and their 80-20%, 80-20 rule does exist. And with all these other types of technologies, it is bringing forth the good ones. There's brokers that specialize and know exactly what they're doing and can help you in the best possible way. And ultimately, this technology is making it so everyone wins at the end of the day, and the pressure and the pushiness will go away, and brokers can focus on closing the deals that they want to, bigger, quicker, faster. With more peace of mind, but then also the customers, the companies, the entrepreneurs, everybody wins because everyone feels like they are also getting that information and feel empowered at the end of the day.
That's a good point. I think I'm a little bit more like a new car salesman, though, myself. I mean.
So I'm going to try really hard on behalf of the 45,000 CBRE employees around the world not to be offended by that at all.
Don't be offended at all.
By the way, there's 45,000 of us, and we're coming for you, man. So it's funny. I studied the history of science. It was a sort of a minor when I was in college, and there's one constant rule throughout history, which is that technology concentrates power, and people always use technology to concentrate power. It allows for the adoption. Frankly, it's allowed for the creation of our modern society and our modern forms of government and everything else. And what you have here is a market where power has been diffused a little bit, and as it gets adopted, it will concentrate power. But the bad part is it only concentrates power for the people with the technology. So it's either get on board and you learn how to use it effectively for you and for your clients, or get out of the way because there are going to be people coming through who are simply going to be able to harness much more power, whether that's efficiency, data, service, contact, and they're going to harness it and can compete with you.
Well said, gentlemen. Thanks for joining us on this overtime.
Thanks, Michael.
Appreciate it. For more information from anyone on the panel or for any commercial real estate information, visit commercialrealestateshow.com. The Commercial Real Estate Show is brought to you by Bull Realty Commercial Brokerage, a great place to do business. Visit bullrealty.com. RealNex, a comprehensive suite of powerful commercial real estate tools at an incredibly low price. Visit realnex.com. That's RealNex. Sozo Web Hosting and Cloud Solutions, secure, reliable, and worry-free. Visit sozo.com. That's SOZO.com. FIU, Florida International University. Earn your master's in real estate online in as little as 10 months. Visit FIUonline.com. And by France Media, providing exposure to the world of commercial real estate. Visit francemediainc.com. For more information on these great companies or for additional podcasts, videos, or blogs, visit CREshow.com.